There you go. You guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. There's a lot of places you could be, and maybe you're watching this on the replay, so it could be the day or the morning, or who knows where you are around the world. That's where I love today about that we can truly educate from our homes and help people wherever, which is amazing. So, thank you for tonight. We're going to specifically be talking about how to change your health this summer with a group of products that is really revolutionary and it's turning the power of our body back on. We call it activation. So, you're going to learn the science of activation tonight, where it started, where it began, why we're so excited, and how you can truly take advantage of this to change your health, not a little bit, but really get to that root cause and start moving the needle because we've all done so many things that have like maybe a little, maybe this helped a little. I'm not really sure. We now know where science is and the research. And so that's why Michelle, myself, other people are more passionate than other to share because we never knew before. But once you know, and you and yourself and your clients and your family have had experiences, we can't now stop sharing. So thank you guys for being here. My name is Kellie Lupsha. I am a physical therapist by background and I've been a PT for over 30 years. My specialty has been helping people recover from brain disorders, concussion, traumatic brain injuries, stroke, cancer, brain tumors, neurological disorders, very, very sick and profound illnesses and injuries. And I always said, I'm a really good person to know if you need me, but I hope and pray you never need my services. But over the course of time, as I started getting older, I realized I needed to take control of my health. And it was around my 40s. My dad had passed away a few years prior, and I realized he was in his late 60s. What happened? How could he pass away? What was going on? And that literally led me down the road of peeling back the onion, of looking at, oh my God, toxins, pesticides, chemicals, stressors, and ultimately into functional medicine. And it landed me to the discovery because my mind was open to functional medicine. And then it became open to looking at how I could serve my clients better and me better and landed into activation. And when I started taking better care of myself at 40, my transition from 40 to 50 was like light years above my friends, right? They're like, when I hit 50, like, what did you just do the past 10 years that I didn't do? Because I want what you have. And I'll be 53 in just a couple in like 2 months. And honestly, it's just getting better. And that's what I want for you. And in the short time that Michelle's been with me, she's felt that. And she's wanted like, oh my God, I am feeling great in my life, right? And I can't wait. So I'm gonna just share slides. I'm gonna intro two or three things, and I'm gonna pass it right to Michelle because she's gonna tell you what's happened with her over the past like 6, 8 months or so. So give me just a second to share slides, everyone.
And while you're doing that, Kelly, I'll introduce myself. Michelle Swenson, I'm an integrative health practitioner and certified menopause coaching specialist who left her career. I left my career, corporate career of 27 years to start to pursue helping other women specifically with their health because of what I went through and how hard it was to get answers when I was going the beginning of perimenopause and I didn't know. A year ago, I was working on a course for perimenopause. And I started researching GLP-1, which we're going to talk about tonight. And there was all the buzz. And at first I was like, no, 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 because I'm very much into natural wellness. And I was like, prescriptions, absolutely not. But the more I dove into what GLP-1 was, I couldn't argue the benefit of this hormone for our overall health. And so I actually went on PubMed and curated a list of products that actually naturally activate GLP-1. The only thing I wasn't loving about it is that everybody's different, and it was still adding to the list of products that I was offering to clients in this 40 plus range, which I knew as myself already overwhelmed with what I was doing for my health. And the last thing I wanted them to be doing is to be picking one and another one and another one and another thing. And so when I got introduced to activation, it was through the GLP-1 mind body system. And I was obsessed immediately with the concept of giving my clients and women my age something easy, one system to integrate into their life. And so that's what brought me to activation. I've since tried a lot of their products and have experienced some amazing benefits. But that's just the short and sweet, and why I'm so excited for you to be here tonight and those listening on the recording to hear this amazing information.
Oh my gosh, so fabulous. Let me put this in presenter view. And as I get started, you guys, what I didn't say is as I've transitioned now from being a physical therapist in my practice to now helping women really empower them to take control of their health. Because if women take control of their health, then they're going to help their families and their community because that's what we do. We share. And never before have we been in a place that we can take so much control so simply. And that's what you're really going to hear more of tonight. So let me get this a little bit bigger so you all can see. Oops, I don't want that. There we go. Okay. So Michelle, we're going to bring you this company LifeVantage, and we're going to specifically tonight talk about a group of products that can radically change your life in helping you with your metabolic health and gain control of anything from hormonal changes, inflammation, oxidative stress, turning your brain back on, giving you that energy again, helping you sleep better, because we're teaching your own body the tools of how to turn back on like it did when we were young. And I think I love aging. One of our friends, just had a birthday and she turned, I think, 44. And she was like, oh, I hate my birthdays. And I'm like, you should be loving aging. If you actually can feel this good, you will love to have a birthday every year and be excited about how old you are. So we're going to introduce you to the company of LifeVantage and a few products that they have. This company is the activation company. So like what Michelle was talking about is we have been moving the needle from pharmaceutical agents to nutraceutical agents. So when you go to seek a natural medicine doctor, instead of taking a pill or pharmaceutical drug for an issue, we've been now like, oh, we'll just take this supplement for this issue. But the real bottom line is the root cause of the issue is still not being addressed. So without a deep dive into all the testing we can do, which Michelle and I love, and many other practitioners and health coaches love, and can do detailed blood work and hormone and Dutch test and DNA testing. But if you throw all that out the window for a moment, we all want to activate our own genes and body and pathways. Because if the body is capable of healing itself by flipping some master switches, then like that's the start of it all. That's getting to root cause. So that's what these products are going to allow your body to do. So the slogan we say is we take it to make it. We take a product to get our body to make what it needs, meaning we empower our bodies to make antioxidants, proteins, enzymes, the things you need for better health. And I will say this as well, that as a physical therapist who owned her own practice for years, that I also taught what I did to people all around the world, I made decent money, but I made pretty good money hustling and traveling and working not even like 9 to 5, but 8 to 6 and beyond. When you own your own business, it owns you. I had no idea when this came into my life and I started helping my family and clients get better faster. I had no idea this would become a financial opportunity to actually help me retire early and replace that income because it creates leveraged income the more I help people. So you have this ability as well because the world right now is not an easy place to be in, right? So it is fun to be able to help people get better and healthier and really monetize our health. So who are we? The company LifeVantage is a debt-free company. It's financially transparent. This is not some pop-up brand new company. They have 20 years of manufacturing experience. We've sold over $2 billion in sales. We are publicly traded on the NASDAQ. We've been featured in many, many magazines as the up and coming in the health technology space. We've rung the bell on the NASDAQ during Wellness Week. It has been transformational to see what the company is going through because the world is looking to take control of their health. And now we have answers that they can actually do so. So what we're going to bring to you tonight and who we're going to introduce you to is Meet the High Speed Health Stack. We're going to talk about what brought Michelle in, our mind body system. It says MB Core and Enhance. This is the mind body GLP-1 system. We're going to talk about a fat burn product that's going to speed up your body and help transfer a little extra fat burning processes. And we're also going to talk about how to flip that master switch of what's called NRF1 and NAD. So you can defend against your cellular stress for whole body wellness, take control of your hunger cravings, right? Boost your relationship with food, maintain your lean muscle mass while you're losing fat, burn extra calories, and have more energy and motivation and have clarity. Like, who doesn't want all that? I'm in. Who's in, right? Just give it to me. And what I love about this right now is the company is really supporting summer wellness with this high-speed health stack. They are giving you NAD for free. So, Michelle, take it away because I don't want you guys to see this is Michelle's transformation of activation.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, a picture is worth a thousand words, but a picture really only shows what's going on externally. So that's what makes me so excited is as I've gotten older, yes, I want to look good. Looking good equals feeling good, but really when we feel good, we usually look good. So this is what on me on the mind body system, this was I think it was 16 weeks. So I'm 47. I don't know if I said that earlier. And dealing with all of that middle weight gain. And it was frustrating because I was doing all the things. I'm taking all the supplements, I'm doing all the things, staying active, I'm walking, trying to eat well, get my sleep. And I was still struggling. And it bothered me because I thought, okay, I'm a health coach. I'm supposed to be helping people. What am I missing? What is missing in what I'm doing when I have all this education and I'm doing all these things? And when I started the mind body system, I really wanted to do it from the standpoint is I wanted to try it first. I'm very much that way with things in life. If I'm going to recommend it, I want to know that it actually works and have an experience. So what you see in this picture is the bottom is my before. This was in January. And then the top one is in March. I think it was in March or was it in April? I'll have to look at the dates on the photos, but it was 16 weeks. So basically 4 months. And you can see here the inflammation in my middle section being gone. What's even better is how I felt mentally and emotionally. So that has been the game changer for me is yes, I've of course enjoyed being thinner and leaner and having more muscle and all of those things, but the motivation that is required to stay healthy and be healthy and work out and wake up feeling motivated to do those things and eat well. If you're like me, you know the weight of that and the mental energy it takes to do all of those things. And that was what became easier and easier to do, as well as you can see the results that I got. So, obviously, as women, we don't like to take pictures like this. Of course, I wanted to suck in, and I didn't because I was trying to be very genuine. I wanted to be very genuine and transparent to what women are facing. So these are just my results on the mind body system. I was also taking NRF2 and the fat burn. So I was taking all of those products, which we're going to touch on tonight as well.
And here,
But so,
look at Michelle's face. Look at the bottom picture. Like,
yep.
who really wants their first pictures taken? And look at her, like, she's trying not to smile, but she can't help it because
Yep.
it's so different. I mean, it's just profound, Michelle.
Yeah, it's
But
really motivating.
here's a few more, right? This is
Yeah,
like,
let's look at everybody else too. It's not just me. This is so exciting and that we wanted to share with you guys some pictures right away to see why we're so motivated and so excited to share this with you because the pictures are showing these individuals' results. These are real people. They're not paid. They're like you and me, right? Husbands, wives, moms, grandmas, all of the spectrum is covered, dads. And they're not only losing weight, but they're achieving a better level of health and energy that is allowing them to do the things in life they want to do. And that's what's more exciting.
that's what's more exciting. And I would just say, you guys, look at this is Courtney the blonde. If you would see her in regular clothes, you would think like why would she need to lose weight? Like what who knows, right? She even said herself, I had no idea until I took a picture that I actually had little rolls in my back until she didn't. It was like, what? I didn't even know that was there. And so, what I love you said, Michelle, is this translates to health because what we're doing today matters and will show up in 10 and 20 years from now. So, here's a few more photos. Watch this video. I mean, this is the cutest thing ever, but Who else might like feel like this? Let me see if I can start it for you.
Who's been there? She looks amazing.
So great. And whoops, let me go back. That was her husband. And I tell you, I don't know, ladies, sometimes we're all like, why is it easier for guys, right? This first one was her husband 8 weeks in. And then this second picture is that woman's husband now, down 50 pounds in 4 months. Like just using these products. Like, this is just unbelievable that it's transforming people's health. And what you and I know, Michelle, is it's not about the pounds lost. It's about the health they've regained and will be moving forward. This is a dad that has 4 young kids. So his ability to be active for the next 10 and 20 years and do what he needs to do is going to be profound versus if he kept going down this road.
Well, and visceral fat, which we're going to talk about, is one of the most dangerous fats, which is what we find in our middle section. And, that is what is so amazing. And then we know, everyone hang on, you're going to see blood test results from lab testing that some individuals have experienced. So we're not just talking of the outward appearance. We're talking it is showing up internally on lab work on concerning levels that most doctors would be very concerned about and what it's doing in turning back time on with these individuals. So really exciting stuff, and that's why we're so excited you're here tonight, guys.
All right,
All
Michelle,
right.
I'm going to let you just
Yep.
kick us off with where we really started, you guys. I hope you're excited.
Okay. So thankfully, we have a doctor to thank for this of where we got started. He took 40 years of research to come up with the perfect recipe that we are going to talk about here in a little bit. But LifeVantage really is more of a science-based company. And it's why I attest to the fact that I'd never heard of it because I'm into the flashy advertising and all the things. And I'm always like the new badge. I'm add to cart, grab it off the Target shelf. So this company is so different because of why it got started. And we can see here some of these statistics here that the scientist discovered the SOD molecule in the late 1960s. He devoted his career to fighting the effects of free radical damage, oxidative stress, and aging. So the more oxidative stress we have, he recognized how faster we were aging, and then the connection to so many conditions to that. And he put his life's work into it. And that's when he developed the perfect recipe of the little yellow activator, Protandim NRF2, and it was put on the market in 2003. And then we had the privilege of being investigated by ABC Primetime, and probably most of you on here today recognize this kind of news antics, the media antics, where they go in with the big camera and they're going to debunk something. And, as Kellie has brought out, usually it ends with somebody running, the camera guy's getting stuff thrown at him. He's running for his life back to the parking lot and, reporting live about how they were either right or the company is a sham. The absolute opposite happened with LifeVantage. And they welcomed it. They said, absolutely come in, take a look at what we've got. And it blew up because the reporter actually had the blood work done and the debunking didn't happen. It only just shined a light on the amazing product and activation tool that they had in their hands. So what else happened? After this prime time report in 2005, the company struggled to sell the product, even though with all of the amazing media and coverage and results, and even university studies that we're going to touch on here coming up of all of the validation. So they switched to direct sales in 2009 to get this product into homes in the hands of those that need it. And then they're publicly traded. You can look them up on the NASDAQ. And as I just said, university after university and all these medical centers, self-funded research on Protandim. So we as a company cannot fund the research on Protandim, but other people can do it. So because we can't say that we can cure, mitigate, or treat or prevent any disease. So Kellie, do you have something queued up for us?
Yeah, you guys. Okay, so let me just play you like 30 seconds of an ABC investigative report. This is John Quinones, and then I'm going to fast forward because you can watch the full thing later. But this literally happened, and I'm going to give you a
You
clip.
want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer
So that happened, which was awesome. But then after that ABC report, you guys, more people. Look at this, more
the company
people.
that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill made from ingredients used for.
So I'm going to move it a little bit past that. So then even more media got a hold of it.
Quinones has been taking Protandim for 2 weeks now and tells Extra.
I am sleeping better. I feel a lot better and also energized when I do wake up.
You know, as a patient advocate, I stumbled upon Protandim almost 3 years ago. Someone introduced me to Protandim. I just looked at the research and figured out, hey, wait a minute. I have to take 360 oranges in one day to get the same effect of one pill? Sold.
Antioxidants. Okay, these are still good, right?
Are they good? But we breathed a whole new life into this topic. We now know that you can actually boost your own body's defenses without even just taking vitamin C by eating lots of colorful fruits and vegetables. But there's also a new supplement on the market called Protandim that is made from an extract of herbs that actually upregulates and it boosts your natural manufacturing of antioxidant enzymes. Wow. So this is going to reduce those harmful free radicals, reduce some of that cell damage associated with disease. And this is a double thumbs up.
How do you find the energy to keep doing it night after night? We get a lot of comments. So people have been emailing me and saying they love how you look, like you're ageless. It's incredible. So
I have a secret.
What is your secret?
I have a secret formula, and it's a company called LifeVantage. They came up with a product called Protandim. Now, what causes the aging process is free radicals in our body, oxidative stress. This Protandim stuff, I've been taking it for 2 years.
Have it on the table right now.
Clinically proven to slow the aging process down. It reduces the oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. So I tested it, and it works. And the nice thing, it's not pharmaceutical. It's real food.
I'm going to have to give it a try.
Okay, I love that because how could all that hype happen and then it like disappear? The world doesn't know about it. But I want to tell you guys, the world doesn't know about it because none of these people were getting paid, right? So it wasn't like this advertisement over and over and over again. So we need to bring this to the forefront because those videos were old, but I love the fact that it was featured everywhere, but it also tells us how quick we hear something and how fast we forget about it, right? So
Absolutely.
anyways, I'm so glad we're here, and Michelle, I'm gonna let you just keep taking it away where we started.
Okay, so as you can tell, this is the hero of activation. Okay, so this is the flagship product that Dr. Joe McCord created and the perfect recipe, Protandim Nrf2. After the ABC report, we got a lot of research that was done. The great thing that, as you heard Donny Osmond say, it reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. What does that mean for you? Well, let me ask you this. Are you actively working to reduce your body's stress response, like on inflammation, especially with everything that life throws at us? Or are you just being more reactive? That whenever the blood work comes back, going not in the right direction, you get a diagnosis, you're not feeling great. But the whole time, the cells have been combating this onslaught of stressors from the food we eat, the environment we are living in, internal, external stressors. And if we're not doing something proactively, we're going to reap the benefit or the effects of oxidative stress, and we do not want that. So Protandim has an amazing recipe that we can say it reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. But look at this graph. Without Protandim, the oxidative stress continues to go up. After the blood is not differentiated between an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old. So who wants to be 20 again?
Yeah, let's go.
So that makes sense then, does it? If we're not doing anything to combat that oxidative stress, look at this slide. This is the result of uncontrolled oxidative stress on the body. And again, why we are so excited about what we have in our hands here. Because if you look at this chart here, you can just go around all of those little octagons or whatever that shape is called. It affects every organ on our body. Skin issues, kidney issues, joint issues, cardiovascular issues, eye issues. And the other impact that we really face as women specifically, when we get 40 plus, we lose the protective properties of estrogen. And it's why we start to see the actual increase of conditions like this. It's also why something like this is so important for our longevity. So we don't want any of this to happen. So we can see what happens when we don't address that oxidative stress. So how does this work? What is in this pill that is like so amazing? Well, you're not going to be blown away by any of these ingredients. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to look at it and be like, oh, I take ashwagandha. Oh, I take turmeric. Oh my gosh, I've been taking that forever, but I don't really notice anything. You might notice some benefits. Well, the difference is even if we take those herbs separately, they are not synergistically working in our body as this pill does and is designed to do. And those also still act as a supplementation. So when we're supplementing, we're not activating. And that is where we have to shift the paradigm shift away from this, is that we're not supplementing here. We're activating our body. So this is what it does. We take Protandim to make antioxidants. When our body makes our antioxidants, they're 1 million times more powerful. Think about that. 1 million. So here's some of the research. This is why people are so excited. We've got all of this peer-reviewed study and research, all these journals and publications from the National Institute of Aging that actually came out with a paper that said it's the only product that is proven to extend life. So who here doesn't want their life extended? I know I do.
And Michelle, this is why I got involved. I saw this and saw the literature and was like, there's no natural products that have research and validation like this. And so you guys need to understand that this is not Kellie and Michelle just saying this. These are universities and publications around the world talking about we have the power now to flip this NRF2 switch and help the body through all of those different ailments, reduce your risk of disease. Like, I'm in. Let's go.
100%. And to that point, Kellie, if you were like me, I know when I saw this, I'm like, how have I not heard of this? How have I not heard of this? Back to your point of that when we heard it, it was a big buzz on TV, something else came along, that was the next buzz, and it went on the back shelf. And so unless you had somebody that was actually actively speaking to you about this, you weren't hearing about it. And that's what is so exciting for us and why we want as many people invited to these webinars. What you do with the information is for you, is up to you. But we feel compelled that once we know it now, we have to tell everybody about it because of that connection to the oxidative stress. And here, this article that was written or done, you can kind of help me through this, Kellie, but this sentence here, look at this. NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. And the reason being is that oxidative stress is linked to over 100, but maybe thousands eventually, over 100 conditions.
Yeah.
Don't take our word for it. Go to PubMed, go to the Library of Medicine, search oxidative stress and XYZ. I did this one weekend. I could not stop myself. I was literally every condition, oxidative stress in this. And this is why, because it activates this pathway that turns on our detox pathways to help our body function optimally.
Oh my gosh. And you guys, this is the biggest thing and why nobody knows about it. These words are hard to say. NRF2, like, okay. And some of us get really, really excited about it, but I just say, we're making science sexy because, right? Science is the new wellness. And you just need to know right now you are hearing about the number one, the most extraordinary thing you can do to take control of your health. So that was so beautiful. So Michelle, I'm going to go on to the next product. Do you have anything more?
Take us away on NAD. I mean, we can go all day on NRF2. I mean, honestly, days.
We can. So this high-speed health stack has 4 products. Believe me, we're going to get to the MindBody GLP-1 because that's what I know many of you want to learn about. But all of these 3 first help that work even better. So let me tell you this. Who's heard of NAD? like all of us. It is the rage out there in wellness, anti-aging, longevity, biohacking. If you're looking at any of those things, you're seeing it because NAD is portrayed as the ultimate hack for slowing cellular aging via DNA repair and sirtuin activation. So people are saying, I'm getting more energy. I have, reduced fatigue, better mental clarity. That's true because it is repairing DNA damage at the level of the cell. It's helping support the health of your mitochondria that's producing your body's energy. But up to this point, the only thing people have really been offering is precursors to this NAD process. So you might hear people having products of NMN, this is like a tongue twister, or NR. So why is our Protandim NAD so special? Well, just like Nrf2, you take it to make it. With our NAD, you take it to make it. You take the product to get your body to make NAD. It turns on that switch and it optimizes family of proteins called your sirtuins. I'm not going to give you a science lesson. Again, like Michelle said, these are ingredients you might be like, what? I've heard them before. This is wasabi. Most of us eat that when we're going to have sushi, right? This is the olive leaf. Many of us know olives are good for us. Creatine, cuprous niacin, but it's the microdose in synergy that unlocks this ability. I'm sorry, you guys, you can't see at the bottom of this chart. What this is showing is your sirtuin activity declines as we age. And why sirtuins are important is because it helps support healthy longevity. It supports autophagy, meaning removal of cellular waste products. It improves mental focus and concentration, positive mood and motivation, boosts our mental and physical energy, supports the healthy inflammatory process, helps us maintain cholesterol in the already healthy ranges, supports vascular system. This is important. But look at the little graph to the far right bottom. What this is showing you is the first light blue color that goes up to 94%. That shows you can increase this sirtuin activity with caloric restriction. That's what that light blue bar is. Now, I can do caloric restriction for a little bit of time, but I can't do it ongoing. And when we say caloric restriction, that means you're only eating 600 to 800 calories or less. Caloric restriction. We're not talking about intermittent fasting. That's different. Intermittent fasting is you have a window that you can eat in. This is caloric restriction. The second bar you see, it says a 2% increase. All of the other products on the market, on average, are increasing the NAD because they're precursors by 2%. So do you guys think you're putting your money like really in a good place if that's all you're getting is a boost by 2%? Some people say 4%, but LifeVantage's product activates, it gets rid of the rate limiting steps. So it turns on the processes full board and activates your sirtuins to activate that NAD with that NAD synergizer by 100% in 24 hours. So it's true. And we want you to understand these are products. They're going to help your body optimize every function your body is meant to do. So we're going to talk about the third product here. And Michelle, before we go to FatBurn, anything else on NAD, right? Because I'm like, let me ask this.
I was like, let me add just two things. Okay. So one of the other things that the NAD does is it supports the fat burning process in our body. So we see that autophagy in there. We hear all those buzzwords. Most of us have been introduced or listened to intermittent fasting and all the benefits of that. And that's why you want to get into that autophagy because you're burning fat. So when we look at the NAD, that's why it's so wonderful. It's being paired with this. It's this healthy weight speed stack or high speed health stack.
Yeah.
But all that too. But the other thing, one quick thing is that whenever we're supplementing, and that's what all of the drips or the infusions are, we're still just supplementing. So once it's out of your body, it's out of your body. And it's that Band-Aid approach where we're just going to supplement with something, but we're back to ground zero once it's out of our body. So are we going to sit in an infusion chair for 4 hours every single day trying to get those benefits? Or do we just take 2 capsules of an activation tool that actually does what you showed on the graph to that level? So that's just a couple of the other things I wanted to just share.
Oh my God. No, it's so great because it really ties it all together and why they all support each other. And so we're going to move to the third product in this grouping, which is called FatBurn. Like the product itself sells itself, FatBurn, right? Eat, sleep, exercise, repeat. Get your metabolic enhancer with this FatBurn. But let me tell you a little bit about what's in it and some results that people are having. This is not just some back in the day, like speed product, right? To make us lose weight. You guys. Like those days are done and gone. I was not in that era, but there's still people that used to take this stuff. So here's the cute thing, right? Are you really like over the weight? Then FatBurn is backed by clinical science. What's inside of it? First, let me tell you over here what's inside on the right hand is green coffee bean extract. There is a benefit of having a little caffeine with B vitamins. And I'm going to get to Sinatrol in a moment. B vitamins are coming from all of the citrus fruit. What they realized in some of the blue zones is they're highly in this Mediterranean area eating a lot of citrus fruit and they're staying very lean. And when you mix that with some caffeine, what's so special in there? It helps burn fat. But there's this added ingredient called Sinatrol. And Sinatrol it's a branded product made from 4 different fruit extracts. And when you add that in, it just is the perfect blend and recipe to burn toxic belly fat. Places in Europe that they're on, universal healthcare, that you can go get services when somebody's looking to have, I'm blanking to the name, Michelle, help me out. When someone goes to have all their
Like,
liposuction.
oh, okay, yes, liposuction
surgeries. They first put them on this product, Sinatrol, and say, can this help them lose weight first? And many people, 40 to 50% of the people after starting this in a few months found that they didn't need to go have these bypass surgeries. That's what I was looking for, the bypass. I mean, that is
gastric bypass is what you're talking about.
Yes, gastric bypass. That's incredible. So there was a clinical trial that LifeVantage was looking at on Sinatrol, and what it was is a 16-week study. There was 77 individuals in it, and after 4 months, you might think this is not a big deal, but listen, the daily resting energy expenditure increased by 181 calories a day. So by not changing your life, not changing a thing, you burned an extra 181 calories. That related to a total fat decrease by 5.2% or an equivalent to 4 pounds. And then 65% of that weight loss was in the hips and the waist. Like that's the toxic fat. And then the last thing I'll say is many of us, you may or may not know or have heard that the toxic fat is our white belly fat, okay? We also have brown fat. Our brown fat is the metabolic fuel that's the burner. This FatBurn product helps convert the white fat towards brown fat. So they're calling it beiging. Then it helps you burn more, metabolize more, and that's why you're seeing such an increase. So when your body burns more, when you're supporting longevity and activating with that NAD, when you're flipping the master switch of your body's regulator to support your body from inflammation, building detoxification, helping build your own antioxidants in your body, that together sets the perfect scene for what we're going to talk about in a moment. Here's just 2 quick pictures, you guys. These were 2 ladies. The mind-body system was not out. This is long ago. They were taking Protandim and they added the FatBurn product. And this is changes of them. Like, this is crazy. There's one and here's one. Like, so the FatBurn product works in and of itself. Now pair all of this in the high-speed health stack and it's like, oh my gosh. So Michelle, you got brought into LifeVantage because of the GLP-1.
Yep.
I love it because twofold. One, I do not need to lose weight. I was not interested for weight loss, but I was very interested to reduce my body fat percentage and very interested to turn my brain back on, whether it was because of perimenopause or was it because I do have genes in the Alzheimer's family. So that spoke to me. but this is really pretty powerful.
Yeah, and to the fat burn, one last point on that too as well, Kelly, is that we all know in order to lose weight, we do have to be in a calorie deficit. So if you can get 181 calories closer to that calorie deficit that you need, so that just also, compounds it, it amplifies the benefits of everything that we're doing here. So it's just amazing. And now we're leading up to the mind body activation system. So I'll start here. One thing I wanted to share with everyone here is we've all heard about GLP-1. It's been everywhere for the last, I think, 5 years or whenever the Kardashians started taking it. It blew up, on every social media. But the one thing that I want to point out is there's a reason why we start to lose this natural hormone production. And I think it's important for us to understand why that happens, because it also makes more sense about why we need a product like this as we get older. So there's like top reasons that we lose that production of the GLP-1 hormone. So also, ladies, or those of you watching the replay, man or woman, it may not be your fault why you're struggling with these cravings and the food noise and the issues. It's because here is the things that cause this GLP-1 hormone to turn off. And that is chronic inflammation. So again, when we pair it with the NRF2, we see reducing that inflammation helps skyrocket turn that GLP-1 hormone back on. Poor gut health. We know most of us have poor gut health for a lot of reasons: lifestyle, antibiotics, anything that you can think of, lots of hand sanitizer, all the things. High sugar and processed diet. What's the American way, right? So, and it's hard to resist those foods, especially as we get older and we lose some of those hunger cueing hormones as women. The satiety hormone goes down and the hunger hormone goes up. So we have more ghrelin and less leptin. Insulin resistance and metabolic dysfunction are one of the key ones that cause this GLP-1 hormone to turn off. What's exciting is this supports insulin sensitivity. So we're actually just this dual purpose, so many things happening here. Sleep deprivation, that's another big one that causes the GLP-1 hormone to turn off. Chronic stress and cortisol elevation. Hello, everyone in our life. Aging. Okay, unfortunately, perimenopause, menopause specifically can cause this hormone to turn off. Sedentary lifestyle, environmental toxins, low protein, and low fiber intake. So put all those together, it's the perfect storm for us by the time we're in our 40s, 50s, 60s to be gaining weight and not being able to kind of put the brakes on it. And that's why the system is so amazing, because when you take a GLP-1 injection, the moment you stop taking that injection, the GLP-1 hormone is gone. This is different. Again, we are a science-backed company. What we do is science-backed. We're not just doing something as a supplement. We're actually turning this hormone back on. And this is the results that you get when you turn the system back on. You saw my photo, but look at these participants. 12-week human clinical trial. These are the improvements they got. GLP-1 was increased by 140%. We can now say by 200%. So that's another amazing update. They lost 9 pounds in 8 weeks and up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. They did not lose muscle. Okay, so this is the other thing that's so critical to this system is the maintenance of our muscle mass. Our muscle mass is our metabolism for glucose. When we lose our muscle, we lose our ability to house glucose, which is where that insulin resistance comes in. So the less muscle you have, imagine the detrimental impact it's going to have when people come off that GLP-1 injection if they've lost a lot of muscle. So this opposite, no muscle loss. In fact, since I've been taking it, muscle gained. Lost up to 27% in visceral fat. That's that dangerous fat around the middle that's linked to a lot of diseases. We do not want that. The other good things, 82% took back control of their relationship with food. 95% had decreased sugar cravings. So what is one of our biggest challenges in losing weight, right? Those cravings and the relationship we might have with food. So what is this hormone? It is produced in the gut. It regulates our appetite, our blood sugar levels, It helps with us with that feeling of satiety, the fullness feeling, and it slows the rate at which food leaves our body so that we stay full or feel fuller longer. It's produced in the GI tract, but it also communicates with the brain. And that's why we get these amazing benefits of a better mood, less anxiety, all these things that can happen once that connection is restored. At ideal levels, we're less likely to overeat or succumb to cravings. I've been able to personally tell you that myself, that I don't snack as much as I didn't realize how much I snacked. Okay, so if you ask me, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really a snacker. Boy, mind blown, eyes opened. Okay, I'm a snacker. I'm not anymore, though. I'm able to go between the meals, which we know how important that is. So here's the other things: genetics, poor diet, the things that we listed. That's what can lead to these GLP-1 levels declining or that production getting turned off. So and then it slows as we age. And so it makes it very difficult to maintain a healthy weight. Okay, so we've got some more pictures, guys. I mean, these are for days. If you're we've got a private Facebook group and there is testimonials for days on these. Okay. One of the key things I do want to highlight is that you do need to commit to 3 to 4 months to be on this system. This is not a magic bullet. You also need to combine it with a healthy lifestyle. Kellie, I know you had some things you wanted to say here too, so go ahead and take it away on this slide.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're understanding that all of these products are to turn your body back on. You have more control than you think, right? It's not been your fault, but you're not broken. And now there is products and a system that can get you back online again, right? It's like your computer just needs to be like, reset. Many of us are like, why is our phone not working right? Why is the computer slowing down? We need a reset. These products are helping that. So you just saw so many people's before and afters of weight loss, inches lost, what they look like. But Marcy has been so gracious to actually show us her lab results. These are some statistics. You can't hardly see the circles in the red, so I highlighted them here in the middle. One, yes, she's down 11 pounds, 17.5 inches in 13 weeks. What does this relate to health? Her total cholesterol is down. Her triglycerides have gone down. Her LDL, the dangerous cholesterol's gone down. Her A1C's gone down. Look at her cortisol go down. Look at her insulin go down. And you guys know if cortisol's high, if your stress hormone's high, your insulin's is riding high right with it. They like to travel together. So the fact that if you can lower your metabolic health, this is going to lower your risks of all the major disease processes that people are struggling with today. So yes, do we want to look good and feel good in our clothes and going out and about in the community? We do. But on top of that, you want to feel good. And that's what this is doing inside people's body. These lab results, this is just one example of so many people really getting their metabolic health in check.
Well, and to that point, just lastly, Kellie, is that kind of what we've been calling this, are you on the fast track to aging?
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything to stop it, you are. And that's what's sad is that, that education hasn't been there. It's not your fault. That's why we provide these webinars for free to provide this education to say, hey, it's not your fault. There's a lot of factors piled up against you, but you also now have tools, however you want to approach it, to slow it down and get yourself back on the aging well, not aging fast.
I absolutely love that. So you guys, in closing, the last couple things is get in where you fit in. You might be saying okay, awesome. I want to start as a customer. So meet the high-speed health stack. Grab all of this right now in the month of June, which we've got a week to go. And it may last through summer, but I wouldn't wait right now. This NAD is free. Free. It's over a $60 value for free. You can come in on a subscription customer for $275 for all of this, or get it retail for $306. This is a steal. Right now, some of us, consultants, affiliates, even have 10% off coupons that you can get that for even less. So I would say commit to summer, get your high-speed health stack, get on track because of all of those benefits you're going to see. Now, one last thing. If you're like, well, I like sharing stuff with my friends. I like sharing stuff with other people. It is important to me to be a light in my community to share with others. Then come have Summer in the Fast Lane with us, and you can get involved with the High Speed Health Stack as an affiliate or consultant for only $245. And you might still be able to get 10% off that. So to get everything in here for maybe $225, that is unbelievable. And I hope Michelle and I were able to paint a picture of what your overall health and wellness could look like in the next 3, 4, 6 months from now, because your body is just needing to be activated. And that's truly what we're bringing to you. So as I end, you guys, I'm going to say you can evolve and earn, meaning you can come in, you can earn sharing the product, you could build and grow a team, you could lead a movement. You can do whatever you want with this company, should you choose to, if you want to be a consultant or affiliate. It has helped me literally leave my full-time income as a physical therapist and come build this business online, because all we're doing is solving problems. People need help managing their weight, losing weight, energy, exhaustion, pain, aging. Like, there's problems that we can solve for people.
And Kellie, to that point, I bet every single person on here tonight that's listening not only thought about how it can benefit themselves, but thought about 1, 2, maybe 4 people that they know that are going through something right now that they thought, oh, I wish they were hearing this right now. How am I going to share this with them? I'd love to bring this up to them. It's an awkward subject, or whatever it is. The people we love and care about and the closest sometimes are the hardest to bring it up to, but man, don't we want ideal health for all of them? Don't we want them all feeling their best? I mean, what would it do for them, for you, to have that oxidative stress lowered, to not be aging in the fast lane toward disease where you're like, what am I going to get diagnosed with now? So, those kinds of things, when we start thinking about that, pull the lens out, what we can do for our friends, our family, and the people we care about.
Oh my gosh, Michelle, thank you for that. And that's really it, you guys. This isn't about making money. This isn't about selling. This is about serving. And the more people I serve and help is a direct relationship of what I can earn with this company. So all I will highlight is we are a publicly traded company. You can see all the income disclosure of what everybody's, makes and is being paid, every single cent out to the company. And if you look here at it's the 1, 2, third column. It says average monthly commissions paid at rank. And you just slowly look down this. Would an extra $316, would an extra $530, would an extra almost $1,000 or more be helpful by just sharing products? And some of you might say, yeah, that would just be kind of cool. Like, okay, Michelle and I or anybody else can help you find your way to do that. And maybe down the road, your reason for this may change, and maybe you even want to be able to have the path to even make more. It is possible for you. What Michelle and I want is, we are looking for people that want to lock arms together. We are looking for people that are individuals that want to be the light in the world to share health and wellness. One, we hope that you are like, let's jump in. 1, I want these products, period. 2, this is also a smoking deal right now that the company's offering with the free NAD. And maybe that's where you want to get started. But if you're already like, oh, I love sharing with my friends what I like, a good restaurant or a good book, maybe you do want to come in as a consultant, because that's even a better deal. But wherever you choose, you get in where you fit in. But this high-speed health stack is to help you take summer and take control of your health, and let summer be the season of separation into really becoming the CEO of your health.
Absolutely.
Any last closing words, Michelle?
I think, the biggest thing is, like, the products of this stack are so empowering for our health. It really is the ultimate activation stack. It's head to toe activation. But talk to whoever invited you to work out what the best thing is for you to do, and what options are, what you're dealing with, what's your biggest pain points. Whoever invited you cares about you. That's the other thing. If you got invited to this, they want you to hear this. And I'm not just saying that because people I know are on here and I want them to know I love them, but I do. But honestly, if someone had, they invited you, that means, or sending you this replay, that means there's something powerful here, and give it a listen and give it a look.
Oh my gosh, you guys. So my last thing I will say to you as we close is, after hearing this, life will move on tonight and tomorrow and the next day. So make a decision on, are you ready to get started? Do you need more information? Or maybe it's not for you right now. That's okay. Please let the person know where you sit and what your next step is. So thank you so much. We're going to close out for tonight. We hope you guys learned something and are ready to get activated.
Thank you, everybody.